we're live. Let's see. Are we live yet? Are we live? I think we might be live. Yeah, it looks like we're live. Great. Welcome everybody, and especially welcome Billman, who was very generous and started the day by dropping me a super chat even before the stream has started. That's highly appreciated. But yeah, thanks everybody, like 61 of you who has already tuned in. Merry Christmas. Today I'm obviously in Shibuya, as you can see, and I don't really know where to walk today, but it's a beautiful day. Clear blue sky, as so often is the case during the winter here, and quite chilly, 5 degrees, but good walking weather, I think. So let's start by passing through Shibuya. I think I might head up to Shinjuku today. Who knows? Do you have any ideas, any suggestions? Anywhere you want me to go today that's within walking distance from here? Let me know in the chat. I think something happened here. There's lots of fire trucks here, and it seems to be a bit of confusion around the station as well. So I'm wondering if there was some accident at the station, maybe around the train tracks. Yoyogi Park? Yeah, Billman, if you say so. Thanks to your super chat, I will let you decide. So if you want me to go to Yoyogi Park, I'll go to Yoyogi Park. Absolutely. Let's make Yoyogi Park the first little waypoint on today's walk. If you walk all the way to Ginza, I might bump into Korumei. I think I bumped into him in Ginza another day too. I bumped into him once, and I think that was in Ginza actually. Let's see if we make it that far. Marunouchi, Tokyo Station. Those areas are pretty far away from here. Yoyogi Park is not exactly in the right direction either. I think that's pushing it a little bit too far. I would guess Yoyogi Park and then maybe Shinjuku would make sense. Thank you, Vidya. Thank you. Sorry. And your family. Thank you. Thank you. You don't mind letting it go to a vote? No. You purchased this election, so this time we're not voting. I'll let you decide. And you said Yoyogi Park, so Yoyogi Park it is. Then after that we might do a vote somewhere. Hello Action Kid, welcome. How are you doing? Any snow yet? Not here in Tokyo, no. Most of the country has snow. Actually, some parts that rarely see snow, like even Kyushu has snow right now, but no snow in Tokyo yet. Here, because this Center Guy Street always has a bit of problematic music playing, so let's not take any unnecessary risks. Instead I'll head up this way. Actually, I think I will head down back to this street. It's a bit more lively. Japanese people don't celebrate Christmas because they hate them. Yeah. It's so weird. Like in most of the world, it's Christmas Day, right? The 25th. That's like the big deal. But actually in Sweden, we celebrate on the 24th. That's like when everybody gives each other presents and when there are like special traditional TV programs showing the same every year, and that's like the big day for us, not the 25th. I wonder if it's the same in all the Nordic countries, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, here in Japan, Christmas is not really a big deal. Or, I mean, so-so. There's Christmas decorations everywhere, and people try to maybe do something nice, but it's not a public holiday or anything. Today is a regular day here in Japan. Everybody's working as usual. Instead, it's the New Year. That's the big deal here, when everybody goes to see their family, and when there's a bunch of national holidays lumped together. Action Kid is flying to Bergen in January and then on to Stockholm. Wow. Stockholm in January. For you. Hopefully it's cold enough to be nice. Usually the winters in Sweden, at least in the southern Sweden, like Stockholm and below, are not terribly nice in my opinion. But this winter is quite cold, so right now I think it's pretty good. Christmas from Uruguay. Nice. Yeah, we had a nice little family dinner yesterday. My wife's sister came over and we had some gifts for Mini Explorer. I got her a little electric piano, which she's very happy about. It was nice. It was nice. Pretty low key though. But then on Thursday my dad is coming to visit, so that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be his first visit to Japan, and then he's gonna be here for a week, and then once he leaves we will go to Okinawa, me and my wife and my daughter, for another week, and then after that I will go to Sweden. So January is gonna be quite intense. Plenty of traveling for me too. Yeah, so actually, Action Kid, if you're still in Sweden around the 20th, it would be great to meet up. Is it freezing? No, I wouldn't say it's freezing. It's quite comfortable. I'm wearing a fairly warm jacket, so I'm fine. So it's 10:20 in the morning, and as you can see, like, these otherwise very busy streets in Shibuya are actually relatively quiet this time of the day. Most shops open at 11, so before 11 it's not that much activity on the streets. Watching now, like, if you want to participate a little bit more in today's walk, I would recommend that you open up Google Maps and locate Yoyogi Park, because once we get to Yoyogi Park I will give you a few options as to where I should walk from there. So it's good if you have a little bit of a yeah, sense of Tokyo and where I am, so that you can make an informed decision, or cast an informed vote, I should say. From Argentina, so we had some greetings from Uruguay and some from Argentina. Looks like there's a few South American viewers in here today. That's nice. That's exotic. South America is one of the continents that I haven't been to myself yet. Hope to visit it sometime. Same time in a row, second time in a row that I stream at the same time as Corbin May. I see. I didn't know. There's so many people streaming in Tokyo now, so I don't really keep track on when others are doing it. But I think Corey is usually, I mean, he's based in Eastern Tokyo, isn't he? So I think he's usually streaming on that side of town, and that's always very far from me. Ginza is, I guess, in the middle for both of us. We've been talking about doing a stream together sometime, so who knows, maybe in 2024 might happen. Do I find Swedish retirees to be very warm and kind? Interesting question. I think there's all kinds of people among retirees. Some are nice and kind, but there's plenty of rude and unfriendly people as well. So I don't think I can make any like sweeping generalization like that. Oh, here's a very big map. So we started here, Hachiko Square. We walked here. We're now heading up to Yoyogi Park, and of course, as always, north is not this way as in most Western countries, but instead on this map, north is that way. So we're heading north up to Yoyogi Park. Then once we get there, I will give you a little choice about where I should go from there. Nice blue sky, yeah. Like I said so many times before, like the winters here in Japan are one reason why I enjoy living here so much, because in Sweden the winters tend to be pretty gray and quite depressing, gray, dark and depressing. But here in Japan we have a lot of clear weather during the winters, and that makes a big difference to my quality of life. How far am I from Toho Studios? Oh, that's far, that's far. Toho Studios is close to where I live, Tamagawa. So it's very far here from Shibuya, yeah. Won't be passing there today, I'm afraid. Passed there on a few other walks though. So did you enjoy your KFC dinner? Actually, we had fried chicken yesterday. We did, and it was okay. It was not from KFC though, but my wife's sister, she has a weak spot for Korea. There's a Korean fried chicken place close to where she lives, so she bought a big packet of fried chicken for our Christmas table. I still definitely prefer roast ham over fried chicken. In Sweden for Christmas. They're really renovating the whole NHK complex, eh? It's been a very kind of anonymous looking building before. You never really take much notice to what's going on this side when you pass here. Maybe they will build something a little bit more eye-catching and interesting now. Who knows? Do I like shrimp? Yeah, shrimp is good. Shrimp's okay. It's not something that makes me overly excited, but can't say that I dislike it. So we are approaching the entrance of Yoyogi Park. So, and you can probably also see the high rises of Shinjuku sticking out over there. But yeah, once we reach the park, I have the choice of either heading to the east, which will take me to Harajuku, or I could head to the west, which would take me to the Yoyogi Hachiman and Sangubashi area. Those are more like laid back residential districts. So I'll let you choose if I should take the western route or the eastern route after passing through the park. So please vote in the chat, east or west, and I will go for the one that first reaches 5 votes. Remember walking here with many bands. Yeah, it looks like actually they've been cracking down on that, as you can see here. It basically says that you're not allowed to use that amplifier unless you have a advance permit to do so. But I don't know since when that's the case. Maybe that's always been the case. I really don't know. Let me see. East, 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 west. So right now it looks like west has 2 votes and east 3. East 4, west 3. What's it gonna be? West. Okay, 4-4, west and east. So let's see, the first vote that comes after Asante is the one that will dictate the direction I'll be heading. Christmas market here, but obviously that's an afternoon, evening thing. West won, thanks to Mr. Davis' vote. Okay, thank you. Then we shall head west once we enter the park and towards the Sangubashi. And then from there I will head up to Shinjuku. Who knows, there might be another vote coming up. Thanks everybody for dictating my life. Appreciate it. Would be great if I could walk towards the monocle shop. Ah, yeah. That's so basically I'm heading like this direction. Monocle shop would be like a sharp turn to the left here. It's kind of close to Shibuya actually. So I'm afraid I won't pass the monocle shop today. Sorry. Also, I don't think it's open this time of the day anyway. But it's a nice place. Always like this view. The view from this bridge has changed so much. Like basically all the high-rises we see here, none of them were there when I came to Japan in 2008. Shibuya has really been redeveloped in the last 10-15 years. Is it literally a shop that sells monocles? No. It's a shop that belongs to the magazine Monocle that sells their magazines and books and some other goods. It's a cool view. Yeah, I did take a snapshot. Who knows? That might end up being the thumbnail for today's video. Man, you found the picture you had taken from the T bridge in 2006. You should post it on X. Yeah, you should. Probably looked very different back then too. At least the southern exit part of the station has been massively redeveloped in the last 10 years as well. So like a bright spring day. Yeah. If this was Sweden, this would be a spring day where you hear the birds chirping and the sky is blue and it's above freezing. Here in Tokyo, this is a typical winter day. Subjectively feels like Tokyo is the most efficient major city in amount of speed of construction. I think so too. I mean, the other week we went to Azabudai Hills, right? The latest major redevelopment project. That whole area was built in like 4 or 6 years, and it's basically an entire district. It's pretty crazy how fast they built it. I don't remember if it was 4 years or 6 years, but either way it's really fast. In Sweden it would have taken 20 probably. It's a very slow process, redevelopment in Sweden, like getting all the permits and whatnot. Yari is usually in the chat. Yes, he's one of my really ambitious viewers. Even though most of my streams are in the middle of the night for him, he always seems to figure out a way to tune in and join. Let's take a look here at the map. So we are here now. Oh, my shadow is kind of blocking the view. We're here, so you voted for the western route, so I think I will head this way and maybe out through the Sangubashi gate. Yeah, let's do that. Sangubashi gate. That's a good gate. And we just passed 200 viewers. That's nice. Thanks everybody. Let's see, can we make it to 300 today? Usually, from my experience, during this time of the year, like the Christmas, New Year's holiday, views tend to be up a little bit. I think the most popular live stream I ever did was around New Year's, a couple of years ago. Yeah, shadow revealing my curly hair. Takematsu, hello, you're off today. Good. Good. You deserve some time off. You seem to be working so hard. Oh, this little pond is empty. We removed all the water. Maybe some sort of cleaning efforts. I don't know. Water's gonna be back in late January, it said. Tokyo holiday season is interesting. Oh yeah? What about it do you find interesting? Halloween was one of your biggest live streams 2 years ago. Really? Was it? I don't remember. Yoyogi Park is nice, especially I like this part, this area. It's a little bit more like, almost like a forest. It's nice. It would be nice to live close to Yoyogi Park. Then I would take my daughter here every day. One of the best streams was in Ameoko when you were stuck in the rain and had beer with some tourists. Ah, that was a good one. That was a good one. That's funny. Someone's biking with their dog, so the dog can get some exercise, perhaps. What's the temperature there? It is currently 8 degrees and it will go up to 11 later today. Very comfortable December weather, in my opinion. You were, I remember you were interviewed by the news. Yeah, that one, eh? That was the Halloween 2022, so a little over a year ago. But was that stream popular? I don't think it had that many viewers, or did it? I don't remember. Maybe it did. Well, people are crazy about Halloween. Oh, is Lemmy here too? Yay! Hello, Lemmy. How are you? What are your plans for this Christmas, Lemmy? Anything special on your agenda? Is today a day off? No, today is a regular day here in Japan. Christmas is not a big holiday here in Japan, but from the 28th there are some national holidays. So from Thursday and over the New Year's there are some days off. But today is a regular work day for most people, except for Takematsu, who is having a day You had KFC yesterday. Haha. Oh no, Lemmy. You're a victim of the evil KFC propaganda that has convinced a sizable portion of the Japanese population to have KFC junk food for Christmas. Sorry to hear that you're one of those who have been deceived by the dark side. Hope you're having something better to eat today. But yeah, I had Korean fried chicken just as back in the clay said so. But I blame it on my wife's sister. She's the one who bought it. Do I own a Leica? No, I don't. My wife does, but I don't. I don't think I've ever owned a Leica. No. I've never really fallen for them. I've tried them. I borrowed my wife's Leica, but yeah, it really feels like you're paying a lot of extra for the brand. And even though the lenses are really good, but the cameras themselves are, at least the digital ones, are pretty clunky and not very efficient or user friendly. Oh, and by the way, here's the famous transparent toilets, which don't look very transparent right now. I think they've been broken like forever, that transparency thing. So they're always in that kind of shaded mode instead. Let's take a look. I went here like, yeah, almost a year ago. I came here to write a little piece about these transparent toilets, but as you can see, they're supposed to be transparent when no one is using them, but it doesn't work. Information about glass walls. Aha, okay. Due to the drop in temperature, it takes time for the glass walls to become opaque. So the toilet will remain opaque at all times during the following period. Okay, so it's during the pretty sizable part of the year, more than half of the year, they're not getting transparent. Well, there you have it. So let's see, I kind of want to head into this residential neighborhood here on the other side of the train tracks. There's some nice shops and restaurants around here. And this coffee shop is quite nice too, Little Nap. Is it Little Nap coffee stand? I think that's the name of this one. Yeah, Little Nap coffee stand, but it's a popular place. And also not a very, I think they don't like cameras there, so I'm not gonna grab a cup there. Maybe somewhere else. I'll go for a little coffee break later. But for now, let's head into the residential neighborhood and continue our walk north. That's over here. Why is it so warm in Tokyo? Yeah, take a look at a map and you will see that Tokyo is quite far south. Maybe that's a clue to the climate here. Buildings are so compact. Yeah, that is definitely one of the distinctive features of Tokyo. It's very dense. One of the densest populated cities in the world. At least central Tokyo. If you go out to the outskirts of Tokyo, it's not that dense, but central Tokyo is very dense and land prices are very high. Not call Tokyo dense in general, really? I think it's not very dense, at least central Tokyo. Even if you go to the areas like where I live, which are a little bit more outside of the city, it's still like, not like people have gardens and stuff like that. Everything is like neatly packed together. Buildings next to each other and not much empty space. But of course, it depends on what you compare it with. Maybe if you compare it to like central New York, New York might be even denser. I don't know. At least New York feels like it has way less green space if we're talking Manhattan. Don't you work? I worked for 3 days in a row. I had photo shoots 3 days in a row. But today I'm kind of off because today the Swedish company I work for it's a national holiday in Sweden, so I don't need to work for them and I don't have any photo shoots, so I have time to stream. But after this stream I will probably head back home and do some editing. Speaking of editing, I actually got myself a Christmas gift. I got a new computer. Yay! Got a new computer a few days ago. The new M3 Max MacBook Pro. The most expensive computer I've ever bought. But I've been using the M1 Max MacBook Pro. I've been using that for almost 2 years. But that one was from the Swedish company that I'm working for. But since I will cut down on my work for them next year, they wanted me to return the computer, since I will not be a permanent, or kind of like not a regular employee anymore, more like a contractor. So then I needed to get a new one for myself. I think I spent like 3 days thinking about it, considering like, should I just get another M1 Max, a used one? But then I was like, no. The new M3 Max is quite a bit faster in Lightroom, and I spend most of my work time, probably most of my work is actually done in Lightroom. So paying a little bit more for a computer that's a little bit faster felt like it made a good sense to me. Hopefully I will not regret my purchase. I got it, actually I found a used one, but you know, on Macs you can see how many times it's actually been, like how many times the battery has been charged, and this one had been charged 4 times. So it was essentially brand new, but it was 100,000 yen cheaper than buying it brand new from Apple. So I paid 460,000 yen instead of 560,000 yen, which made a lot of sense to me. Is my work CPU intensive? Lightroom is kind of a pretty poorly optimized piece of software, so it really needs all the CPU and GPU power it can get, and so yeah. It wasn't refurbished, it was like, technically it was used. Someone bought it new and used it for 4 times, and then for whatever reason they decided to sell it to this shop where I got it. So no, not refurbished, just a used one, but very light usage. Of course, no marks, no nothing. Bought a refurbished laptop and it was terrible, very slow and overheated quickly. Not sure if that would be because it was refurbished or just because it was a crappy computer. Not sure if it would have performed any better if it was brand new with the same specs. I almost always buy my computers used, actually. I think the last, yeah, at least all the Macs I've owned in the last 10 years, they've all been purchased used. But that's the thing, like when you buy used stuff here in Japan, you can always, like, people are so careful about their stuff here, so you can really find computers that look brand new and has been very, very lightly used, and still it saves you like 20-30% compared to buying a brand new one. So to me that makes a lot of sense. New MacBook, can it run Crysis? It can't, because Crysis is not released for Mac. Wow, look at this. I think this is an abandoned house. And this is a really prime location that we're in now. Like the land that this house sits on, I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's worth like $1 million. But for some reason it just sits abandoned. Maybe there's no owner. Yeah, buying a new computer makes it hurts, because the moment you unpack it and switch it on for the first time, it's like instantly lost like a quarter to a third of its value, and I'm too careful about my finances to ignore that fact. We're heading down this way. Yes, this is the way to Sangubashi station. Station here in Sangubashi. As you can see, it's a very cozy, local Japanese neighborhood. I would be happy to live here, thanks to the proximity to Yoyogi Park. That gives me all the greenery I need, and it's super central. We're basically, stone's throw away from both Shibuya and Shinjuku. That's also why it's not cheap to live here. I know, can it run Crysis is not just a joke for Mac owners, but for PC people too. It's crazy to think that that game is so old now, but it still looks really, really good. Sangubashi Station. From here you can take the train to Shinjuku. It's like 2 stops. 2 very short stops. Probably like 3-4 minutes to get to Shinjuku from here. Run Dune 2. Oh, that Dune 2 is a great game. I don't know if my new MacBook can run Dune 2. Don't know if there's a Mac version of it now. To Yoyogi Station. Over here to the right is actually an entrance to Meiji Jingu Shrine. But I think I will continue down this way. Yeah, I think I will head pretty much straight ahead, which should take me to Park Hyatt and Shinjuku Chuo-koen. You should be familiar with this building, the one over there. That's where Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson was hanging out in Lost in Translation, the Park Hyatt Hotel. It's on the top floor of that building. Oh yeah, this is, I think I commented on this last time I walked here. This is quite new. They built all these houses under the highway above us. This is a gallery. Let's see what else we have. I'm a big fan of this kind of repurposed land that they do a lot here in Tokyo. This is a pretty minor one. Like this only used to be parking lots or something like that before. But now actually, oh, here's a little coffee shop, cafe. That makes sense. turn right. It's good to have that superpower, the famous T dash that I know that all my viewers find very enjoyable and entertaining. Famous is actually the Lost in Translation movie, since people still keep making reference for that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it really depends on what generation you belong to. I think for people like me, us middle-aged people who were born in the 80s, early 80s, to us that was a pretty iconic movie, and one that probably put Tokyo on the radar for a lot of people, and I think that's why it's being mentioned so often, at least by me and yeah, by other people. But maybe if you're more like in your 20s, you're probably not that familiar with the movie, and it probably doesn't mean so much to you. There are maybe other movies that takes place in Tokyo that are more influential to that generation. Oh, thank you, Jenny, for the super chat. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Christmas lunch, yay. I might... So now let's see where we end today. Where this walk ends. I have no idea. I have no idea for how much longer I'll be walking. But if I end the walk here in Shinjuku, I might treat myself to a nice oyster lunch, because there is this oyster place in Shinjuku station that I really like. That Sofia Coppola is, I didn't know, but it makes sense that she's similar age as me, and that's probably why. She's a pretty influential director for my generation too. We just passed 300 viewers. Great, thanks everybody. 300 viewers and 3 super chats so far. So 1% of my viewers super chats. You're the 1% that means the most to this channel, because without you, without that 1%, there's no way that I would be able to keep on taking you on all these walks time and time again. If it wasn't for the financial support of that 1%, it's just, yeah, then I would have to find a more lucrative way to spend my days than taking you on walks. Thank you, Back in the Clay. Thank you. Another one of my long-term supporters and heroes. And dare I say, friends. Thank you so much, Back in the Clay. Christmas to you and your family. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Oh, and thank you. I can't read the kanji. Is it like, is that the, no, I don't know that name, second kanji. Little something, ko something. Maybe it's Chinese, I don't know. Drunk, kind of drunk. You always ask for those shout outs, but being a long-term viewer of my channel, you should know that I don't just do like random shout outs for no particular reason. super chat you if you do. I didn't see that last sentence. Okay, Serpa. Hope you're having a nice Christmas. And hope that Joel is not being too drunk and annoying to you. Oh, Kitsune. Ah, is that kanji Kitsune? I didn't know. I thought I should know the kanji for fox, but apparently I did not. Okay, little fox, thank you anyway. Thank you. And just a similar tail as in neko. That's right, that's right. The left side of the kanji. And then the right side of the kanji means like nail, right? Usually, if it's by itself. Oyster fun. Yeah, there's the cat kanji. Second one. You can see that it has the same. Ooh, they're preparing for the lunch rush here. Lots of bento boxes. 600 yen for a handmade bento box. That is pretty cheap. In Sweden you cannot get a lunch for that kind of money. Pretty cool, different perspective of the Park Hyatt building, which actually I learned on a stream a long time ago that this building actually belongs to Tokyo Gas. They're probably just like renting out the upper part of the building to Park Hyatt. Thank you, Joel. I want to visit Tokyo and I want you to guide me, she says. He doesn't know you, but we're watching you on a 65-inch TV. Nice. Yeah, I hope you can come visit Tokyo sometime. Happy to show you around if you do. Find the band The National annoying. I have no relation to that band. I don't know them. I've heard the name, but I can't name a single song right now. So they mean nothing to me. Here's the Tokyo Metropolitan building. And of course the park, the Chuo-koen, just coming up ahead here. How much does it cost to live here in this area? I don't know, but my experience actually that this part, this kind of western part of Shinjuku, is surprisingly reasonable. I once lived here myself, like another 5-10 minutes down this way, and it was mostly kind of like cheapish looking houses. Like this area is not famous or fancy actually, which is kind of interesting considering that it's so close to the administrative center of Tokyo. But for some reason that area is not particularly attractive. Quite nice playground there. And of course here's the entrance to the Park Hyatt. Center of Tokyo is expensive as usual. Well, yes, but there are different grades of expensive. And if we compare, for example, Sangubashi, where I was like 10 minutes ago, to the area down here, it's cheaper here, for sure. Ooh, that's a nice playground. I'm sure Mini Explorer would like this. Signal is kind of falling apart here, I see. Seems like the stream is still holding up. Good. Good, good, good. Close to the bosses when you get off work. Yeah, maybe that's why. At least if you work for the Tokyo Metropolitan government, which are all located in this one, in this building, then maybe this place is a little bit too close to your bosses. Hey Daniel and Yuka, how are you? How are you guys? Signal is really weak here. Thank you, Lee Kramer. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Everybody's sending me Christmas gifts today. Thank you. Appreciate it. Daniel and Yuka, how's it going? The little one still chilling in the belly. I don't know, signal is really weak here. Is it coming back now? Looks like it's coming back. Oh, the baby's here but in ICU. Oh no, okay. So, hope it's stable. He came out. Okay. Congratulations. How's Yuka? How's Yuka? Oh, I hope you guys are alright. I hope it was not too challenging for her and for the little one. Well, I guess if it was really serious, you probably wouldn't join this live stream. So I'm taking that as a kind of good sign. But yeah, sorry to hear. Emergency C-section. Okay. Pretty quick actually. Okay. How's Yuka doing? Ah, Lee Kramer, is that when you were here? Or when we met? There's still a tiny bit of autumn left here. Beater walk. No beater today, no. Maybe a coffee break? Coffee break would be nice. Oh, was that last October when Japan opened? That's when we met. Okay, that's right. Sorry, not easy to keep track on time. Haven't had a beer break on a stream for a long time. Like the cold time, the cold part of the year is not really making me too tempted to do beer breaks actually. Beer breaks are nice when it's warm outside, but not so much when it's cold. Mulled wine would be nice. Yeah, mulled wine would be sounds much more tempting than beer on a day like today. But you should know my little rule as well. That's no alcohol before lunch for me. Nicely, Kramer. You're coming here a lot. There's so many people like that who come to Japan so often. Like I think Daniel is probably the most frequent Tokyo visitor. Daniel Karunen, or not sure what his last name is, but Swedish guy. He's coming here a lot. Wow, first T live chat is the first announcement of your baby. I'm honored. I'm honored, but yeah, I really hope that you'll be good. Yuka and the little one will be Genki in no time. I'm sure they will. I'm also honored that I was one of the first one who got to know when you were pregnant as well. It means a lot. I miss you guys. I hope we can hang out soon. Gotta go back to the hospital at 4 p.m. today. Okay, Daniel, yeah, understand. Japan like bubble tea, or is that Korean? There was a bubble tea boom here a couple of years ago, but I think now it's not that popular anymore. A lot of the bubble tea shops went bankrupt pretty quickly. I mean, they're still around, of course, but just not as many of them as it used to be. Skyrise area, yes. Tokyo Skyrise district. Tokyo skyscraper district, or Shinjuku skyscraper district. I like this area. It's pretty cool, and the architecture here is, I don't know, when I came here the first time back in 2008, I think it was like the first time I was experiencing this, to be like surrounded by high-rise buildings. Someone coming from Sweden where there aren't any high-rise buildings. So yeah, that was a pretty cool experience, and it still kind of makes me a bit impressed. How much could I say? Okay, I don't know. Probably one to press. Yay! Japan idolizes Western culture more than other Asian countries. Maybe. But the culture that's idolized the most in Japan is the culture of Japan. If you look at Japanese TV, it's like 90% of the TV shows is basically telling Japanese people how great Japan is. That's like the most common theme. Either that or food, but food is kind of a part of that first topic as well, so they go high. Sweden doesn't have high-rise buildings. Not really. I mean, there's a handful of high-rises, but there are probably more high-rise buildings in this 1 square kilometers than there are in all of the Nordic countries combined. Sadly, this is one of few parts in Tokyo where you see a lot of homeless people under the bridges here. Used to be in the underground every night. Yeah, it used to be a lot more around Shinjuku station, and also in Shinjuku Chuo-koen, where we just passed. There used to be a little camp by homeless people. I'm not sure if that's still around. I don't think so. I don't think so. The homeless people here usually have too much pride to beg for money. You don't really see beggars in Tokyo. Even the homeless people have a lot of dignity. Yeah, I don't think people would give money to them, and I also don't think that they would accept money if they were giving it in many cases. Is my favorite building in Tokyo. Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. I do like it as well. That's the building there, sometimes referred to as the Cocoon Tower. And of course here we have the Keio Plaza Hotel, which was, it's also a very iconic hotel that has been around basically this entire skyscraper district was like, I think, one of the first kind of skyscraper areas in Tokyo, built in the 60s and or 70s. Sorry, I don't know, I'm not good with history. But anyway, the buildings around here, including this hotel, they're relatively old by Tokyo standards. And before they built all this area was actually like, there was like rice paddies and stuff around here. Can you imagine, like, in like, yeah, half a century, the immense change that has been taking place in Tokyo? It's crazy. Or half a century, it's like 70 years ago now since World War II ended. 70, almost 80. Oh. No, 70, 80. Man says, this whole walk is almost the exact route I took on my last day in Japan last month before I went to the airport. Oh, nice. Nice. Hope you're enjoying it. Hope it's giving you some good memories. And I also hope that you will be able to come back here sometime relatively soon. What's the name of the oyster restaurant you're going to lunch for? It's Oyster Wharf. It's a pretty nice place. It's one where both me and my wife often go. Like, we do a lot of photo shoots in Shinjuku, and after like a long, tiring photo session, we often go there to treat ourselves. And their lunch menu is very, very reasonable. Like, I think 1,500 yen. Yeah, the Nakagin Capsule Tower was pretty cool too. It is sad that it's not around anymore. Sante, okay, thanks for joining as always. Oyster Wharf, not Oyster Wall. Oyster Wharf. Let's head up this way. Lucy, Merry Christmas to your family. Did Mini Explorer get her bicycle? Haha! No, I ended up not getting her a bicycle yet. I think it's a little bit too early. There aren't any great places like just next to our building that she can safely use it. So instead I got her a little electric piano. Bicycle maybe next year or for her 4th birthday. We'll see. Summer? No. I don't watch movies. I don't have any time for movies in my life anymore. Sadly enough. Around 300 today, ne? Torii building. Getting closer to Shinjuku station, and I think I will wrap things up at the most iconic place to this channel. You should know where that is by now if you're a long-term viewer of my channel. Thanks, tea. Yes, comfy nose. I'm sure many of you made the same guess. Ghibli movies? No. I think the last Ghibli movie I watched was the Kaze Tachinu, which is what, like 10 years ago maybe? I can't remember last time I watched a movie from start to finish actually. Can't remember last time I went to the cinema either. Probably... yeah, no, I do remember the last time I went to the cinema actually. That's when my mom was in Tokyo, 2018. Me and her and my wife went to watch the Queen movie together at the cinema. That's probably the last time I went to the cinema. It's just when you have a family, a small child, and 3 different jobs, you have to prioritize things. And finding 90 minutes of peace and quiet, that just does not exist in my life. Hasn't existed since the day my daughter was born, that's for sure. And if I do, then I go on a walk. So you guys should be happy and grateful that I don't watch movies, because if I did, that's the only times when I could would be the times when I'm streaming. And I prioritize going on walks with you, because that's giving me much more joy. Iconic location over there, just as we're approaching the 1.5 hour mark. Thank you, Lucy. Hope you and your family is great too. My friends must be watching HBO. That's a very Western-centric attitude. HBO is nothing here in Japan. I don't think they even have a service offered to people living in Japan. So no, I don't think any of my friends are watching HBO, to be honest. Thank you, Bakaporu. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and your family. Happy New Year, and I hope you'll have a great New Year. My friends and I enjoy the walk between chatting and eating. Love from San Francisco. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Good to hear. And thank you for the generous super chat. The rest of you has enjoyed today's walk as well. It's been a good one. It was a good one. Shibuya to Shinjuku in an hour and a half with a detour through Yoyogi Park and a bit of pretty active walk. No breaks, no stops, no nothing. Getting hungry. Looking forward to having some oysters now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon. Let's see if I'm able to do another stream this week, maybe on Wednesday. If anything, I would say Wednesday is probably the most likely time. Then my dad comes on Tuesday, and while he's here, I'll probably not gonna stream. Be here for a week. So hopefully one more stream before the New Year's. But either way, thank you so much for watching today. See you next time. Bye bye. Heido. Auf Wiedersehen und mata ne.